Well, hey guys, John Dehart, your Keto Sensei, NutriKeto. I wanted to talk a little bit today about sugar and a broader context. So that's kind of the micro, the macro, or the broader context of what we're going to talk about on this video. And I want to keep this one around, so we're going to pin it probably. But the broader context is really keto dogma, and the dogma that's now starting to creep into the ketogenic diet, the ketogenic lifestyle. So, and where it really comes up, a lot of times it shows up on our ads, you know, as we're out on Facebook and some of the other ads that we run, and people are like, sugar's not keto, right? And so, while I tend to agree with that, I think there's almost like a hysteria that's developed around sugar, right? Because, and I'll give you a prime example. We had somebody post that, you know, our products have sugar in them. Yes and no, and so I'll get to that in just a second. But I pointed out to him, and I think I used the example of Trader Joe's asparagus here. So if you go buy this grilled asparagus, it's pretty yummy from Trader Joe's, and per serving, it has 4 carbohydrates, of which 2 are fiber and 2 are sugar, right? And it's got sugar. So I pointed out to somebody, you know, the asparagus has 2 grams of sugar. Their response was kind of crazy. Well, that's why I don't eat asparagus. I mean, it's almost, you know, say you don't eat asparagus because you don't like asparagus, but not because it's got 2 grams of sugar in it, which is the way God made it, right? It doesn't have added sugar. It's what is in it, you know? And as we look at the green beans here, where we have it, the green beans. So it's got a total of 5 carbohydrates, of which 2 are fibers, so 3 net carbs, of which 2 are sugar. This is green beans. Brussels sprouts. Let's look at our Brussels sprouts here. So same thing. We've got, whoa, no, Brussels sprouts are evil, guys. They've got 8 grams of carbohydrates, of which 3 grams are fiber, so 5 net grams, and 2 grams of sugar, right? And so I think we're going to have to sit down and have a talk with God about the ketogenic products that he's producing here, because something is awry. Obviously, I'm kidding, right? My point is that this is how the USDA, FDA, this is how we're required to label, right? We basically just plug in what our ingredients are, what the macros and micronutrients are in those ingredients, and they spit out a label. You know, very much so like the vegetables, because, you know, I think we could pretty much all agree there are very few products that are as good keto-wise, low-carb, high-fat diet for the low-carb portion of this than Brussels sprouts, green beans, asparagus. We can go on with spinach, the same thing, kale, the same thing. You know, they're all going to say on there they're going to have a little bit of sugar in there. So we went from, you know, I guess because of these guys, right, saying a calorie is a calorie. We know that's not true now, and, you know, because they for forever have told us that sugar grams is just a carbohydrate, and you should have so many carbohydrates in your diet every day, and it doesn't matter if it's sugar or regular carbohydrates. So we went from the pendulum being way over there to swinging all the way back over to the other side, that anything that has any sugar in it on the label is not keto. That's crazy. Okay, I'm just going to flat tell you that's crazy. These are some of the best ketogenic products on the market. Asparagus. These are some of the best ketogenic ketogenic products on the market as well. This has 3 grams of carbs, of which it says 2 grams are sugar. No added sugar, of course, but it's kind of the same principle with the asparagus. Okay, so I hope you guys are kind of getting my point, because we tend to have people, my guess is they're brand new to keto. So I may be preaching to the choir here. You guys probably already know. You're plugged into our website. You guys are reading the labels, and you would be well aware already that asparagus has on the label 2 grams of sugar, but it's probably not going to spike your insulin or your blood glucose at all, right? 0 at all. Either is this, and for most people, I should say, okay? We've had this discussion before about sugar. There are people that can literally look at a picture of chocolate cake and have an insulin response. Their blood glucose will go up and they'll have an insulin response. That's how wired their brain is. That's how addicted they are to sugar, right? And so I can't make a blanket statement saying this isn't going to spike anybody's blood glucose, because the truth is there are some people out there that really need a lot of healing, and it's going to affect them, right? Just like looking at a picture of chocolate cake is going to affect them. But for the vast majority of people, they're not going to have any insulin response here. The other product that I want to talk a little bit about is this. This is our BHB Intensity. This one happens to be the cherry limeade, strawberry lemonade, peachy palmer. Those are the ones we sell. On the label of this, guys, and again, I've shot videos on this before. I just had another question come up, so I wanted to address it one more time. This has actually 1 gram of organic sugar in it, right? That evil sugar. And it probably wouldn't be my overall preference, but here's reality. Our internal testing showed that this actually had less glycemic impact and a lot better flavor than using the sugar alcohols, the amount of sugar alcohol we would have to use to get the same flavor, all right? And the volume of the package would have went up, a lot of reasons. Bottom line is, guys, you know, same thing here. This is not going to cause a glycemic impact, right? It's not going to cause an insulin response for the vast, vast majority of people out there. As a matter of fact, you've probably seen me shoot a few of these videos using this product where when I used it, my blood ketones went up. Blood glucose normally goes down. And so some of the studies that have been done on BHB in general, not ours, but just beta-hydroxybutyrate supplementation, is that when you use this product or any BHB supplement out there, if you're using it in the right amounts, it's probably going to lower your blood glucose. That's one of the effects of BHB that we're seeing in some of the latest studies that have come out. So it's not going to slow down your keto. You know, if you're measuring blood ketones, it's not going to slow you down. It's not going to throw you out of ketosis. Not going to throw you out of ketosis. Not going to throw you out of ketosis, right? Even though it has sugar on the label. And guys, you just got to know, there is a world of difference between any of the products we sell, and this one right here. This one is going to throw you out of ketosis with 65 grams of sugar in 20 ounces, right? So there's a huge world of difference between this and this, right? Between these two products. 3 grams of sugar, or 3 grams of carbohydrate, of which 2 are sugar, and 65 grams of carbohydrate, of which 65 grams are sugar, right? A whole different world between the products. So, you know, we continue to see kind of this keto dogma, you know, creep into ketogenic, and I realize different people out there have their different pitches and stuff, and it's really, I guess it's kind of a shame. You know, it kind of saddens me that this dogma has creeped into keto, because here's the reality, guys. A ketogenic diet is a high-fat, low-carbohydrate, medium-protein diet, period. That's what it is. If you want to find yourself into a state of nutritional ketosis, Nutri-Keto, you're probably going to have to cut your carbs to 20 grams or less for an extended period of time to get your body to start producing ketones, to start burning ketones. That's not to say that you're going to have to stay at 20 grams for the rest of your life. You, and everybody's different, will find a different level of carb tolerance for yourself. Some of you will be able to do 30, 40, 50, maybe even up to 70 grams of carbohydrates a day and still stay in nutritional ketosis. So, you know, this whole keto dogma of, you know, no sugar or no dairy, or, you know, there's a list of no's out there depending on who you're talking about. And I'm not a no guy, I'm a yes guy, right? I'm the guy that says, look, keto can be a little bit restrictive. The only way this works, right? And what our goal is for you at Nutri-Keto is for you to have a successful ketogenic journey, whatever that means to you. That's not my journey, that's your journey, right? And the only way that that's going to happen is that it has to be sustainable, right? We talk about sustainable in a lot of different areas of the world right now. You know, energy sustainability, you know, the sustainability of agriculture. Well, this is you. This is the sustainability for you of being able to stay keto, right? To stay on a ketogenic diet, to stay on a cyclical ketogenic diet. And I'm not going to go into cyclical on this video. We've covered it before. But That's the real key. And my concern when we really start getting into all this dogma, right? Know this, know that, know this, is that every time we start to whittle that down, what we start to do is blow people out of the ketogenic diet, something that could literally save their life or the life of their loved ones, right? But we're blowing them out with this dogma that I don't even know where it came from. Honestly, it's like, where do you get that? I mean, I should have written it down. We had another one come. Oh yeah, it was that taking a BHB, and if you're part of this, I'm not making fun of you, I'm not going to mention any names. I'm just saying I had somebody actually post that I thought this would throw you out of intermittent fasting. And it's like, what? They're telling people now that BHB, a BHB supplement, is going to throw them out of intermittent fasting. Honestly, guys, I don't know of a better product to fast or intermittent fast with. You know, if a water fast isn't for you, it's not for me. I love using this product for intermittent fasting. I love using this product for fasting days, right? It doesn't throw me out of ketosis. As a matter of fact, it does the exact opposite. It puts ketone bodies into me. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not telling anyone that using this product is going to put you into a state of ketosis, right? In my opinion, no, it doesn't. What it does do is it puts ketone bodies into your body that if you're keto adapted, it's like jet fuel because you've got immediate access to them. If you're not keto adapted, I don't really recommend using this unless you're trying to become keto adapted through nutritional ketosis, right? And if you're doing that, then this can help with easing the keto flu and some other things. But guys, my goodness, you're not going to find a better product to intermittent fast with or fast with. It's just a solid product. It's going to put ketone bodies directly into your body. If you're keto adapted, you've got immediate access to them. If you're intermittent fasting, you're probably keto adapted. If you're fasting, you're going to get keto adapted really, really quickly. And so there's really not a better product. So guys, I want to keep this video pretty tight, pretty short, but I'm just saying, you know, don't let anybody tell you you're doing it wrong, right? And that's really what it's all about. It's about somebody trying to elevate themselves to put you down saying, oh, you're doing it wrong. I'm the one that's doing it right because I'm following this keto guru, right? And they're the ones doing it right. Guys, I've lost over 50 pounds on keto. It completely changed my life. I will put my keto success up against anybody's keto success. And, you know, here's what I know. We're not the only game in town. Keto is not one size fits all. Our products are going to work for the vast majority of people out there. There'll be some that, you know, it's not their thing. That's okay. You know, we want them to have a successful keto journey. But, you know, the real point of this video is don't let somebody steal your peace, right? If you're doing it, you're happy about it, you're going in the right direction, you're feeling well on keto. You know, if you're doing it to lose weight or pounds and inches, you realize this is a journey. It's not one size fits all. You may have to tune and tweak a little bit, but don't let somebody out there tell you you're not doing it right. You know, here's right. To get into a ketogenic diet, it's 80, 15, 5. Now that's the therapeutic level. 80% of your calories coming from fat, 15% coming from protein, 5% or less coming from carbohydrate. Limit your carbs to 20 grams or less from vegetables, the vast majority. And you know what? You'll start to see nutritional ketosis. Now, that may need to be monitored or modified a little bit. You know, if you're an athlete or you're working out, 15% of your calories coming from protein, you may need to up that, right? And so you may need 20 or 25%. We're good with that. Our keto calculator calculates that for you. And so you just raise your protein amounts, lower your fat gram amounts. Pretty simple. You know, it's not really rocket science to figure this thing out. And that is keto, right? We actually had one person post on one of the ads, I don't know why you guys have so much fat in your product, that's not keto. And it's like, what planet are you living on? You know, ketogenic is high fat, low carb, medium protein, period, right? That's the dogma. That's the dogma we should stay in. This is it. And inside of that, there's a lot of room for a lot of things. And guys, I'm grateful for that. The reason I'm grateful for that is because it helps people stay on the ketogenic journey. again, we start bringing all this dogma in, we're blowing people out of keto and something that could literally save their lives, right? And the lives of the people that they love. So once again, guys, John Dehart, Keto Sensei, NutriKeto. I'm going to get off the soapbox now. I want to thank you for joining me. Don't let somebody save your peace. Don't let somebody tell you you're doing it wrong. They're really the ones doing it right. Do your own research. Plug into our site. You know, we've got a lot of great information out there. And if you're brand new to keto, check out ketorebootcamp.com. We'll teach you keto our way. It's pretty inclusive. It's pretty broad. And it's, I think we'll have some people comment on here that have done the Reboot Camp that it's been really, really easy to stay keto. I've been keto since November 2014. Really, guys, the single best thing I've ever done, you know, and the single easiest diet, simple and easy, that I've ever been in, you know, that I've ever been involved in. And guys, I've done them all, right? I've done the high carb diet. It was called Eat to Win back when I was wrestling. I've done the low fat diet. I've done the high protein Atkins type thing. I've done HCG, right? Stick a needle in your body with, you know, whatever was in that. Guys, I've done it all. Limiting you to 500 calories a day. I mean, crazy stuff. I've fasted for 40 days. Guys, I'm just telling you, this has been the easiest way of eating I've ever come across and produced the best results of anything I've ever seen. I'm Keto for Life. I hope you are. I'm John Dehart, your Keto Sensei, founder of NutriKeto. Thanks for joining me.